See, I have over the years, if I have learned something, I think I have what I've learned is that, you just need to keep your calm. And what happens is that your brain, what I've noticed is that just like, let's say you fractured your bone or something, and what will happen is that, it will get kind of, doctor will tell you to put it in a cast and whatever, and then, the doctor will like, just, uh, you know, rest for a few days and stuff. So what happens there is that, um, you're just letting it heal, right? You're allowing it to heal. Yes, you will have do a few interventions about it and whatever possibly, but the most important thing that you're going to do is heal. So I think with the mind as well. I mean, this is not, like I said. I mean, this is not, this is not advice in lieu of or in place of medical advice. Like I said, I mean, when you break your bone, you're always gonna seek medical advice. So similarly, when your mind is broke, or when you're thinking things, or when you are engaged with things which, your mind is not, you feel like your mind is stressed or not working properly. You do seek consultation. You do go to a doctor. You do go to people who can help you out. But uh, along with that, what you need to do is that, on your own, also what you need to do, what I've actually realized is that, let's say, if you think that, let's say if it is not a very significant problem, let's say for example you get a cold, right? Sometimes, or let's say you get scratches or cuts, you may not go to a doctor, and you may probably just be at home, and then eventually it heals. Let's say you get a wound, right? But if I keep scratching the wound every now often, uh, it'll only get worse. It'll only get more damaged or whatever. But if I, let's say, if I let it be, if I let it just, heal, I'm not gonna scratch it, I'm not gonna itch it or whatever, it will heal eventually, right? So similarly, I think the mind also has its own way of kind of working, its own way of sort of functioning, and aligning itself, going back to, so like if your mind is stressed, or if your mind is worried, or if your mind has something confusion or chaos within itself, you just gotta let it be. And once you let it be, it will align itself, it will sort of restructure itself, uh, on its own immediately. Not immediately, sorry, but like, through, if you just give it the time, like it might take a long time, but don't irritate your mind. Don't keep scratching your mind. Don't keep and well, how do we scratch our minds? By worrying about things, by thinking that, something might not work out. See, eventually everything will work out. It is in the long term. It is in the accumulation, in the cumulative aspect of it, not in individual bits.